Hello guys, I'm still trying to click around and get this organised. I think it's going to work and we'll soon find out. Move this view over there. I can see if there's anyone there. Move the chat over just a fraction. So chances are this is live, but if not, I'm going to paint a picture anyway. I found a little brush. This is a good little brush. It's a nylon brush. I'm a little bit sceptical about using nylon brushes, but this is what happens. Now, I'm going to go and turn the telly off because it's making too much noise. Okay. I saw there was someone there inside, but I can't see it here. So I'm going to move my chat around a little bit to see if I can see there's someone there. No, it's not coming up on this screen. But it doesn't matter. It looks like everything's working okay. Anyway, crisscross. I put this white paint along the top here because I know I'll need a lot of white paint and I sometimes run out, so I put it on the masking tape. And somebody asked me to put a dark masking tape on because they can't tell where the picture starts and finish. Well, I can relate to that, so I put a darker masking tape on today. Crisscross, crisscross, use both sides of your brush and don't worry about how the brush strokes look. Use a long brush stroke in the bottom of the sky because that's a long way away, and a crisscross brush stroke in the top of the sky because that's right above your head where you can see it. Long brush stroke. Okay. That's the undercoat for our sky. I'll pick up, I'm not going to clean my brush yet, I should do maybe, because there is a lot of white on it. That wastes a lot of white paint away. Don't clean it. Don't clean your brush in water all the time when you're working with acrylics or turps all the time you're working in oils. It just makes a mess of things. Learn to paint without cleaning your brush like that, and you shape your brush into the shape you want. That's a beautiful blue, that's phthalo blue. Crisscross, 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 right across the top of the sky. Let's blend it in, get a nice flat colour. Use the paint like a paste. It's not a thin wash. Put plenty on so you can move it around and work with it. You can sculpture the sky in like that. Dark blue down to light blue. Good enough. And in the bottom of the sky you always get a glow, so that's gone green. I should have cleaned my brush. Clean the brush, clean the brush. And put a bit of raw sienna down the bottom there. Oh, that's not working. Raw sienna. And a little bit of crimson. Because my brush is too dirty, I'll pick up a big brush. Colours in there. Wow, look at those hairy. That's a hairy brush. Good. There's a little bit of colour in the bottom of the sky. I'll pick up just a little bit more white in there. I want the colours, but I do want that white in there. There's a glow in there, a very subtle glow. Not much there. That's our background. Okay, let's have some clouds. I'll find a good brush for clouds. Anything will do. That looks good. Oh, I don't know what that is. It's an old house painting brush. Okay, let's go over here. I'm going to experiment now. I'm going to have a look and see if I can show you the palette. There's my palette. Oh, look at that. Things are so good here. That's cobalt blue, crimson and raw sienna. Now this is what people are not doing with their paintings. A little bit of raw sienna. The background is blue, but it comes forward and then it turns into a dark grey. Everything that's shadow and it isn't a bright colour is a dark grey. So let's mix a dark grey, that's crimson, cobalt blue, and that'll turn purple, but if I add the raw sienna it'll turn into a grey. And don't mix your colours completely. Now you notice my grey is rather blue grey there and rather red grey there. Well, that can be the background grey and that can be the foreground grey. Now I'm going to use these greys right through my painting, I hope, but I don't get lazy and not use them, so I'll mix a little bit more over here. Yeah, I'll put this one over here. This will turn rather green because I picked up a little bit too much of that raw sienna. I might put my microphone on my face now because then you can hear me properly. There. No, it didn't turn green, it turned rather red. A little bit more glossy, you know. I'll use that bit in the foreground because I know that's going to be greeny, greeny, greeny. Okay, that's bright red there. I'll keep away from that at the moment. Right. Now, with that, what were we going to do? Oh, we're going to do some clouds. Okay, so we want a blue grey. We'll pick up the blue grey. And then with this, I can go back to the painting. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so we'll put a bit of a blue along there. This brush isn't good enough now for clouds. It's a bit messy, I think. I'll try it anyway. Might be all right. You use the corner of your brush. There's nothing on this side, just the grey I had on there. And there's the all nice white on that side. So if I'm lucky with the tip of the brush, I should get a good cloud effect. There we go. See? Clouds. Yes, yes, yes. Yummy clouds. More clouds, more clouds, more clouds, more clouds. Let's have some clouds across there. So it's a matter of learning the brush stroke and learning to control the brush and watching what's coming off the brush. It's not a matter of trial and error, as some people think it is. Now, under here we have a little bit of white. And there's our nice clouds in the sky. Now, I'm trying to tell my students not to put your clouds in the middle of the sky. The clouds start over here and go over there. So let's make some clouds over here. So the clouds are actually going off the sky on that side. And maybe they're starting right over there in the distance. That's better. I'll whiten this while I've got white on the brush. That's dry already, that acrylic. It's got dry already. Okay, I'm looking for a big, soft, clean brush. Oh, I got some brushes down here. They're very soft. They're too soft to paint with. I bought them the other day. They're lovely little brushes. They look good. And they're so cheap in Thailand. Probably cost me 50 cents each. And I'll brush over the sky with them. And I'll clean the brush down here first. And you watch, the clouds all of a sudden start moving clouds. There they go. The wind is blowing the clouds across the sky. Good. And you can have a few rays coming up from underneath there somewhere. Okay, enough fiddling around with the sky. Now let's get serious. We're going to paint Mount Shinkogan here. I haven't got my, I wonder if I got it there. Yes, there I am. No, I'm looking for what do you call it? YouTube, so I can see if you guys are there. But I'm still learning to drive this thing. There you are. Clint. Hey mate. I'm just learning this, Clint. I'm not real good at it. But I'm learning how to stream, because I think while I'm painting a picture, I used to paint in shopping centres and everybody used to enjoy what I did. But now I'm getting a bit old, and with all the regulations about insurance and them things in these days, it's a bit hard to work in a shopping centre. So now I'm working at home, so I'll paint a few pictures. Now just then, I'll show you what I did. I picked up this on that side of the brush, which is the dark purpley colour, and what are we doing? We're painting mountains. That's wrong. Sorry. Let's go for some blue. Some very bluey grey. That's too blue. That's too grey. Okay. Up here, that's cobalt blue. Clean my brush again. I'm getting a bit muddled. We're going for mountains. Cobalt blue and white. So we'll make a bit of a colour here. And then back onto the painting again. Flick. Look at that. Mount Warning in the distance. Oh, that mightn't be cobalt blue. That might be ultramarine blue. So that's Mount Warning there. It looks like that. It's a funny looking mountain. Actually, it's an extinct volcano, Mount Warning. Let's do it again. I mucked it up. Got one blunt side and then a hump on this side, and it comes down to here. And it's pretty high. It's about, well, it's pretty high for east coast of Australia. It's about possibly 3,000 feet or 4,000 feet, something like that. It's not a great big mountain, but it's a prominent landmark, Mount Warning, and I think they use it when they're out to sea. It's the first thing they see when they're in this area. Okay, so that is ultramarine blue. It's not cobalt blue, so I'll have to keep working with ultramarine blue. And we come in with the mountains that come closer. come up here and over there, and there's a bit of crimson got to come in here somewhere, because as you come forward the reds come in first, and then comes in the greens and everything later, but first is the reds, and then there's Mount Chincoga, and this is that beautiful mountain in Mullumbimby. Well, it's only 1,000 foot high, but because we're close to it, it's a lot higher, appears to be a lot higher than Mount Warning. We'll put that in there. Okay, colour it in. Now we need to go back onto the palette. Okay, I'm going to work out a keyboard so we can do this quickly. Back onto the palette, and I'll find a special brush. That one looks rather special. This one, you see, it's a round brush. It's not a pointy brush, so it was a flat brush, but it's gone a little bit pointy. And I'll dirty it in this colour because I want it looking like a putty. I'll get a bit of cloth. I want it a bit putty shape. I want it a bit putty-like so I can squeeze it into the shape I want. So I'll dirty it in this colour. That's not brown, that's a mixture of all the colours of the day. Yeah. And we need a colour that is on the mountain. Now here we have to be very careful. With my painting knife, it's mainly raw sienna. We'll make it here. I'll make a space for it here. Raw sienna, and those other colours have gone in there because there is other colours in it. This is the green on the mountain, and by the time we get up into the mountain, it's not green, it's a very dull green. So it's about that colour, and then we have to add the blue. I should be adding a green there, but we'll add the blue. Now that's about the colour, but the tone isn't quite right. Oh, that's about it there. That's about it. It's pretty close. Now we haven't got a lot to do, but we do need enough paint. There we are. There's our colour there. Now that one's lighter, so we'll use that one on the top of the mountain, and that one where it comes closer to us. We'll see how that goes. Okay, back to work. Oh no, let's go back here and load the brush. There's a little bit more that we learned here. You load your brush. I've got it dirty. We need it dirty with a grey, not too dirty. That's not a right grey. That's a red grey. We need a blue grey for the distant mountain. There's a blue grey. Now, and I've shaped my brush to a chisel shape point. Here, you can see that. You see it's like a chisel. So there's a grey on that side, just a little bit of paint. And on this side I'm going to pick up the green grey, but on the tip of the brush. It has to be on the tip of the brush. Okay, back to work. We're on the mountain, and you can't let this colour come through the top. You must be over the top of that. There. This will give us the little trees on the mountain. Dab, 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 dab. There you go, all the way down the mountain and around there. Oh, my brush run out. So reload the brush exactly the same way. You reload the brush the same, bring it over and come down again. Don't worry too much about what's happening because we need to change it soon. We need to put the sun and the light on there. We need to put the shadow on there actually. No good be showing you how to pick it up every time because it's exactly the same every time. Now you see this side, I know that's in shadow, so I'll dab it so we don't have those pretty trees on there. We just have that. Okay. Mountain needs to be a bit pointier. This mountain's got a really good 90 degree on top. About like that. About like that, yes. And then it comes down. Now it looks rather dull. I'm coming forward now, and this green, ooh, a couple of spots there a bit too green. I didn't pick up the dark. I need the dark and the light to get us that, yes, dark and light effect. That's too dark. But it's a lot darker in the film, I think, than what it is on this canvas. Don't overdo it. That'll do. Okay. Now we come forward and we pick up what is, well, let's do it there. Let's have a look there. I'll pick up the reddy type of grey, and I'll put it along here. It's a little bit too red, isn't it? So I'll add a little bit of blue into it. Yeah, and put it on there. That's a background for our trees there. And oh, a bit too red. I'll add this blue in here. Get the blue in, yes. And we've got to have tree shapes, so let's do it like this. And then always on our painting we try and have things sloping in from the edge, so let's bring it in like that and block it in up here. I'll keep this brush for a while, but I'll go with a bigger brush in a moment. So this needs more blue here because it's back a long way. Putting in the brush. Okay, here it gets greener, so we can go into the yellow. You'll see I pick up the yellow. Not too yellow. Let's put some white in there. There's a rather dull, distant yellow. We use what's left of that. Raw sienna, not enough colour in there. A bit more blue in there. Okay, that's a rather dull, distant yellow. Not a lot of it either. But I've got plenty on this side of the brush. You see the brush, well, we're here now. We see the brush is rather shaped like a chisel point still. And dab, 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 dab. Well, they're not bright. Well, that's all right because they're a long, long way away. And they're right back there. And here, I'm putting the sunlight on the other side of the trees here, as if the sun was shining straight down. And here, I'll go for a bit creamier, a bit greener. Come in here. See how it comes forward as it comes brighter? Yep. That'll do for the moment. And I'll unload my brush up here, only because I've got a lot of paint on it. That's all. I don't want to waste the paint. Right. What have we got? Okay. Looks pretty good. Excuse me. Water. Do you think we should have water? No. Let's have a road. Let's have a road. Okay. Raw sienna. White. Bit of dark on the other side of the brush. And a bit of that colour there. We'll see what happens. But this should give us a bit of a hillside, something like that. And that one should have stayed bright. That'll do. That's a start. And the hills come up here. And down there there's a bit of a township, but we're too close now for the township. Because the township would be too big, and this is not a very big painting. Once you go into Mullumbimby, there's a township. Okay, we'll just make it up as we go along. Let's have grass coming in here, and grass going out there, and grass coming in here, out there, and then we go into the reds. We have the reds down here. That's a bit too red, but wow, you see how it comes forward with the red. It really does, doesn't it? And we add some dark over that, not much. As long as you cover all your board, that's all. Get some paint on there. You can fix this later. Don't fiddle around with it. See, there's a bit of paint missing there, so I'm going to put something there later and pick up what's left of that paint and put it all up here. And a bit of paint here and put it all up here. That looks good. Okay, stop. Now, clean the brush. Every painting needs a glow in the middle. This hasn't got it. So I'm going to deliberately pick up a little bit of white, and a little bit of raw sienna maybe. I'm going to put the glow there. Twist the brush as I unload it. And that. Whoops. I want it in the middle. Nope. Didn't get it. Try again. There. Not what I want. Because I like that yellow background I did. That's okay. Now if I use white and a bit of blue and a bit of this and that and this and that, I should be able to turn that yellow into a green. There. I was going to paint a road. I need a flat brush for road because we're going to be a little bit disciplined with the road, and the road is dark colours, so I'll get that. That was a bit of Windsor blue that went in there, and that'll turn that very dark. So there's plenty of paint there still. It doesn't look like it, but there is. In the road. And the road's in the holler. Let it come from there. And it comes up, and then it comes up, and then right off to us like that. It comes up, and right off to us like that. If this doesn't look any good, we're going to turn it into something else. I'll keep using the blue. I can change the colour later if I want to. I can add a bit of crimson in it. Some crimson here. Put some crimson on my palette. And that'll knock the blue out of it a little bit. Because you don't want a dark rose. You don't ever use black. You don't use black. Now, I've made a mistake here. I want the road to look like it runs over a bit of a high spot here. So that bit has to come across like that. So that, but it comes over there and there. Oh, now the road's too wide in the distance. We can fix that because we're going to have a little bit of something happening back there. Let's have a little bit of this and that and this and that. Fixed it, erect it. Good grief. Okay, let's forget about that at the moment. Now, what'll make the road look good? I don't know. I'll pick up some yellow and some white, so I've got it very pale. And let's put a bit of bright in the distance. Ooh, get off my road. Yeah, a bit of bright in the distance. I don't know what it is. It's bright. Looks good. Okay. Not too much. There. Now, that's starting to happen. Down the middle of the road there's a line. If I put that in, it might establish a little bit of perspective, and the line's usually white. So we'll put it in as, I won't put it in straight today. Put it in like that. That usually gets wider as it comes towards us. Something like that. Good line. Oh, you win some, you lose some. Okay, fence, each side of the road. Now I did have some little tiny brushes somewhere. There's one. Look at him, nice and beautiful. Okay, bit of light colour. Fence. Yeah, they're a bit close together, but that doesn't matter. It's a close together fence. And on the other side of the road there's a road that goes up here, and let's make that fence disappear up here somewhere. Okay. How's that looking? Bit rough, it's okay. Now I need a bigger brush because I want some foliage. That's no good. That's a funny brush, a bit scruffy that one. That one's real scruffy, but he might do when I get him. And we need some of this colour, some greeny colour for these closer trees. There. That's okay. And this one too. I don't want to be too fussy with it because if I fiddle around with it, I'm going to fiddle around with a lot of it. Yeah. I think I need one good fence post, and that should be done with a knife. Where'd the knife go? It's probably in my hand. No. This one will do. Bit of dark, bit of light. Lights are always on the inside. I get the light on the dark side. Yeah. Okay. Lights always on the inside. Pick up two colours on the knife, and I'll put this post in here, prominent. There. And if we're lucky, I'll be able to put a few wires on the fence. The fence is right next to the road. Oh well, you can get that. Okay, fan brush. Turn what I need to into grass. Nothing too fancy. Okay, so what's missing? What we need is some little twigs on those distant trees. So here's my special little twig brush. I don't know what it is, but it's a mess. It'll be alright. And on these trees, 2 fingers, just touch it on and drag it up. If it doesn't give you a line, it will next time. The twigs go where they want to go. So when the brush is running out, I can do these distant twigs because it's just a little bit of paint on the brush now. I'll push it on a bit harder, it gives me more paint, turn it round a little bit so the paint comes off. Those fence posts didn't come out so well, so how's that looking? I want to get this side of the road so it's not looking so much like it's like that. And this one. It looks like Mullumbimby makes me homesick. Load a bit of dark and light on the brush, and if I'm lucky I'll get a bird in. He's a green bird. I don't know what he is. Another one. Okay, so that can do for the road to Mullumbimby. I'll scratch. Paint's dry. We'll need to write my name in. Great. And we'll take this off. Whoop. This is gaffer tape. A bit more powerful than masking tape. There's a little road into Mullumbimby. Just a little warm-up picture. And I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I don't think you missed anything. Oh, you missed on the bit on the side. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you later. Bye.